For 29-year-old Bill Rogers, and we'll be back to see him get his presentation just a little bit later on. Well, I must say how much I've enjoyed sitting back watching that with you this afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed it too. As I say, we'll be going back in a few minutes' time. Well, while the prize money at Sandwich looks pretty good, he's just earned himself £25,000. News today of golf's first $1 million tournament to be held in South Africa at the end of the year. Already 5 of the world's top golfers, Nicholas, Miller, Ballesteros, Trevino and Gary Player, all winners of the Open of course, have agreed to play for a winner's cheque of $500,000, the sport's richest ever prize in the Sun City World Challenge from December the 31st to January the 3rd. Well, quite a bit of other sports been going on this afternoon as well, of course, not least of which the Sunday cricket, and here's the scoreboard for you.
The John Player League, Essex against Lancashire. After 3 wickets had gone for 43, skipper Keith Fletcher pulled Essex round with an aggressive 56 before he was dismissed by Neil Radford. And after his departure, Keith Pont made an undefeated 50 and shared a 6-wicket stand of 60 with Stuart Turner to take Essex to 217 for 5. When they batted, Lancashire were quickly in trouble, under 28 for 3 off 13 overs. Gloucestershire and Glamorgan. And wicketkeeper Andy Stavold was the backbone of the innings with 58 before being bowled by Malcolm Nash. Alistair Hignell also batted well for 45 before he also fell to Nash. In reply, Glamorgan have made 67 without loss off 17 overs. Hampshire and Surrey. At Southampton, Surrey's innings ended in spectacular fashion, with West Indian fast bowler Malcolm Marshall taking a hat-trick with the last 3 balls of the 40 overs. Marshall dismissed Graham Roop, Jack Richards and Ian Payne. And at Leicester, Leicestershire against Kent, tight bowling by Leicestershire's attack restricted Kent to 177 for 6 off 39 overs. No Kent batsman really got hold of the bowling, and Mark Benson was top scorer with 29, followed by Alan Knott, who made 22. But rain has now stopped play there. Middlesex against Worcestershire, and at Lord's, Worcestershire were tied down by tight bowling, and Tim Curtis top scored with 33 not out. For Middlesex, Bill Merry, Simon Hughes and John Embury took 2 wickets each. Middlesex have made a bright reply, scoring 71 for 2 off 18 overs. Nottinghamshire and Yorkshire. Kevin Saxelby wrecked Yorkshire's innings at Trent Bridge with some fine seam bowling to finish with the impressive figures of 4 for 37 off 6 overs. Rain has now restricted the match to 22 overs, and Knott's victory target is 85. Somerset and Derbyshire. John Wright hit 50 and Peter Kirsten made an impressive 63, as Derbyshire made 184 for 5 off their 40 overs. Colin Dredge was Somerset's most impressive bowler with 3 for 28. Somerset are going well in their innings, having made 77 for 1 off 17 overs. Sussex and Warwickshire. Paul Parker was the star of the Sussex innings with 54 before falling to Willie Hogg. Hogg finished with 3 for 43 and Ferreira took 4 for 26. In reply, Warwickshire have made 57 for 1 off 15 overs. And in the tour match, Northamptonshire against Sri Lanka. At Northampton, Sri Lanka have made a fine reply to Northampton's 328 for 7 declared, scoring 205 for 3 before rain stopped play. Hedirachi is 54 not out.
On to other bits of sports news in today. The cycling and French world champion Bernard Hinault has won his 3rd Tour de France in 4 years, ending the 2,300-mile race this afternoon before thousands of cheering fans lining the Champs-Élysées in Paris. Belgian veteran Lucien Van Imp finished 2nd overall, ahead of Frenchman Robert Aubin. Belgium's Eddy Martins won today's final stage, a 116-mile loop around southern Paris, by inches from countryman Alphonse de Wolf, with West German Klaus-Peter Thaler in 3rd place. And lawn tennis, just to repeat the news we gave earlier in case you missed it, in Chicago the USA have retained the Whiteman Cup for the 3rd consecutive year by taking a winning 4-love lead over Britain's tennis-playing girls. On the 2nd day of the match, Chris Lloyd produced the form that won her the Wimbledon title to beat Virginia Wade 6-1, 6-3 in just an hour. Then the doubles partnership of Andrea Jaeger and Pam Shriver played some sparkling tennis to crush Anne Hobbs and Joe Jury 6-1, 6-3 to clinch the cup for the United States. It was the 53rd meeting between the countries, the 43rd time America have won the cup. We'll have to keep trying, won't we? Rowing, and in the national championships at Nottingham, the Amateur Rowing Association's National 8 beat Oxford University and Thames Tradesmen by just over half a length. Their victory avenged their defeat suffered at Henley 2 weeks ago when the same two crews met in the Grand. Then the combined Oxford University and Thames Tradesman crew came from behind to win by half a length. Well, of course, the most fascinating sight in golf is to see a hole-in-one, and it's particularly nice to see it on television when our cameras actually pointed at it. This year's Open produced no fewer than 3 of them, all on the same hole, the par 3 16th, the first from Gordon Brand.
Brand on the tee. Just one little pitch, almost pitched up to the flag and just screwed back and popped into the hole.
On Saturday, it was the turn of amateur Roger Chapman.
And that's pretty good too. That dives in for another one.
And then the third hole-in-one came this afternoon.
We've had a couple of ones here, young Chapman and Gordon Brand, and that's a good-looking shot. And he's done it again. 3 holes in one at the 16th.
That was Sam Torrance, who, of course, did pretty well in the championship, finishing 4th. Well, a great day for Bill Rogers, of course, and at the start of the final round today, a 5-stroke lead certainly looked pretty comfortable, but after he took a 7 at the par 7th, his lead was whittled away to a mere 1 stroke at one stage, par 5 7th, I should say. But he recovered well, and it was with shots like these that 29-year-old Bill Rogers has written his name in the golf history books by winning the 110th Open Championship.